Welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to talking about the nested for loop in C++. A for loop or a nested for loop means a loop can be inside another loop, which is called for loop. So we have the nested while loop, nested do while loop, and nested for loop, but in this lecture we are completely focused on the nested for loop. So the syntax of the nested for loop is like this one is for loop, and then inside another loop you just simply write the nested for loop, means loop inside another loop. It is also called while loop. It is also used in while loop, do while loop, and etc. Let's just see the example of this nested for loop in C++. So I just copy this one and here I just paste it, and here first of all I just create an integer I and integer j. Integer I and integer j. Integer I is for loop number 1 and integer j for the loop number 1. So I just create two data types here. First I just write for loop, and then again I just write for loop. Okay, here I just write I, which is equal to 2, I is less than 100, I which is equal to 2, and I which is less than 100, and I is plus plus. This is our first loop which is used in the for loop. And now the nested for loop, j which is equal to 2, so I just create this value as j, take this value 2, then j which is less than or equal to, so I just write here I divided by j. Okay, and then plus here and j plus plus. So now here I just define the if condition here, if not, and I is the percentage sign of j, means I is a modulus of j. So here I just write break statement. If not I is modulus of j, so here this statement is break, means if the factor found not prime. So here this is the program for the prime number. So if the factor is found as a not prime, so this condition will break here. So now I just write if j is greater than, which is I divided by j. So I just write cout I, and then here I just write is prime, it's prime and slash n for a single line break here. Okay, and then return 0. Check the output right now, and yes, so it will found the prime number in 02, I just nested for loop dot C++, and then execute it again. So you can see here it founds the number of prime in the 100 figure. You can see here 0 to 100, 2 to 100. So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and up to 97s are the prime numbers. So you can see here, so this is a simple logic of the prime number with the help of nested for loop. So simply the concept of the nested for loop is loop inside the another loop. We just need two loop inside, means two loop at one time, like loop inside the another loop. So we just simply use the nested for loop here. Okay, if you find any of the problem regarding to the nested for loop, please let me know. Thanks for watching this lecture.